Good morning readers. I, Harish Budu, warmly welcome you to my channel. Learn as much as possible from my handwritten articles. This 21st April 2021 opinion paper. Let the Commissioner of Police, Mr. KHEMRAJ Servansing, complete the reforms in the police force and clean up the organ stables. Much decried by the Paul Shanklin report. A warm welcome to this 21st April 2021 opinion paper. We will try to shed some new light on 4 of the main topical issues. Keep in mind the usual piece of advice. We say a big thank you to all our friends who will share today's paper with their close ones, experience the joy of helping others. Bon courage. Have a great day with your family. Be with the COVID virus still raging. We have to keep the country united to fight the invisible and highly infectious enemy. We have a very rich history in times of danger. As of now, we have done well by coming together. And that, despite all our grievances and personal differences. Sorry to keep reminding you. Stay at home. Unless in cases of emergency. Stay busy. Stay healthy, stay happy and stay positive-minded. And think of the frontliners of all the emergency services. We thank them all and their families for their personal sacrifices. They are our pride. See? We need a KHEMRAJ Servansing. 1. For sure we do not know the Commissioner of Police in person. We had met him together with Deputy Commissioner of Police Jugru only once. Sometime in 2000. Just en passant. In 1962. There were some minor problems in my village of Elter. Mr. KHEMRAJ's father was the superintendent of police in Curepipe. He had met me in his office. I was a student. I can never forget the lemonade, Mervyn, he had offered the small, poor boy wearing shorts. He personally came to the village and met me in our small hut. Maybe he was happy to see me protecting the only Chinese in the village. Some villagers had tried to attack the shopkeeper in the wake of the China-India short border war. Fond memories now come flooding back. Oh, 2. Against that historical backdrop, we now come to the present situation in the police force. Some newspapers have reported that the Commissioner of Police would retire in the second week of May. You may remember that in one of the papers we had suggested to the Prime Minister to convince the Commissioner of Police to stay in office for another 4 years. Reason? To complete the reform of policing and the entire system. The Reform Committee has done an excellent job in less than 1 year. Let them complete it. 3. Of course, I am against recruiting officers on contract. Remember my 1992-1993 aggressive anti-contract campaign against magistrates and judges? That practice stopped. But the situation is completely different in the police force with the fierce and intense competition. The best solution is to ask Mr. KHEMRAJ Servansing to continue and complete the good work he has undertaken. Proof, if any, is the fact that the Union of Police Officers has not attacked the Commissioner of Police in the exercise of his leadership. In the same breath, all the members of the Reform Committee should be asked to complete the work. So, there can be an exception. 4. All said. Do not forget that I personally have nothing to gain with the present Commissioner of Police. But the country will be the winner. The Prime Minister should now take a firm leadership role. He should not make the same mistake when he had extended the contract of Mario Nobin thrice. We were all aware of the ensuing inevitable, adverse and disastrous consequences. Nobin was arrested in the Mike Bros 42.6 kilograms, 639 million rupees drug affair. And charged for conspiracy. By the way, the new Commissioner of Police should clean the organ stables of Adzu. Much decried by the Paul Lam Shanglin Drug Commission of July 2018. 5. And finally, the Panchatantra typical example flashes through my brain. Some dogs are more than happy if you give them, nay, throw away dry, bloodless and fleshless old bones, add them. They can gnaw on them for life. And are blindly and deeply indebted to their masters. I bet my life, Mr. KHEMRAJ Servansing is not one of the dogs, he is made of another stock and metal. Cast your mind back, Mr. Prime Minister. Cast your net far and wide. For me, the die is cast. D. Students and young readers, corner. Improve your English and broaden your general knowledge. Consider 11 phrases from the British Broadcasting Corporation and Cable News Network on the George Floyd verdict. The murder that drove America to the brink. Shervin Fun found guilty on all counts and faces up to 40 years in prison. Biden says that the verdict is not enough to cure systemic racism. It is an opening to real change. Landmark police accountability. High-profile race trial. Biden urged Americans to come together to confront racism head-on. Huge significance of the verdict. Justice has been served. Country is still plagued by systemic racism. It is a historic verdict. Reparations to slaves in United States. We are taking the liberty of producing AFP article published in L'Express of 16th April. Back to Mauritius. In 1838 or so, the British colonial government had paid £1.9 million to Mauritius Commercial Bank. Utilize that money. Keep reading, keep learning. Like and subscribe for more thrilling articles. Thank you for watching.